Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you my third graders homeschooling curriculum for the 2019-2020 school year. If you're new here, welcome. I do curriculum flip-throughs, lesson walkthroughs, and I just generally share what we are using in our homeschool and what works for our family in hopes that this can be of help to someone else who's looking into different materials to homeschool their kiddos. So we do a year-round homeschooling schedule, which just basically means we don't really take a long summer break. We do take weeks off, and it's generally the off schedule of the public school system. We do breaks during those off times. Otherwise, we just go year-round schooling. So we tend to just start the second week in July. This year, however, we are starting the third week in July because I have been sick with a viral infection. So I'm still getting over laryngitis right now. So my voice is a little raspy. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. So let's get started with my third grader's curriculum. She just recently turned 8, so this is what we're going to use for her for this year. Okay, so first up is reading. These are going to be her assigned readers for either history, science, anything like geography or world cultures that we are learning about. I picked up books that are related to the topics that we're going to be studying this year, and the books generally just relate to those topics in some way. Also have in here some fun reading that she is doing for her free time reading. So I'm going to share with you this stack of books here, and these books as well are books that she's going to read throughout this school year. So first up is this stack here. This is the Abeka Reading Program books for the second grade. The reason I picked second grade was because I couldn't really find any good reviews or looks inside of these books online. And I know that Abeka is a little bit advanced, and so I didn't want to put her in a grade 3 and have the words be too challenging for her. Because like I said, I didn't really understand how the program was laid out. So I went ahead and purchased the grade 2. So I got their full set, and she's currently reading book 2A. So it goes from 2A all the way to 2J. There's also a primary Bible reader that she's going to be reading. And these are just going to be stories that she reads daily. We do a Bible curriculum, but this will just be her personal reader. So I'm kind of glad that I did purchase the grade 2. I like how they do this program. We are not following this program the way Abeka intends. I'm not using it as a reading program. She reads really well. But the reason I wanted to get them was because I was interested in Abeka because of their Christian worldview, and also because their readers all line up with kind of themed character building, fruits of the spirit type of stories. And so that really interested me because my daughter likes wholesome books to read. So I purchased all these for her. I'll go through a little bit about what they look like inside in case you're interested. So each story is themed, and it goes over different things. Some of them are poems. Some of the stories are just informational, like how to take care of your pet, or it could be something related to health or safety. But they're all themed, and they start off, you can get one here. They start off with these words to watch for. So the child's just going to read these words that they're going to encounter in the story. And if she has any trouble with any of these, she can ask me ahead of time, and we can sound them out or whatever it may be, because she's going to encounter them in the story. So that's something she's been doing on her own. I haven't helped her thus far, but she reads these words to watch for, and then she reads the story. And then after, there is this section here about think about it. They either have like a scripture, which I love, and then they have this think about it section, and then sometimes it's a little bit more of an informational section, like did you know type of thing. So she's getting a lot of like information through her reading, which I like, and she's getting scripture, she's getting wholesome stories. So this has turned out to be really a great fit. I kind of wish, actually I do wish, that I had known about these readers earlier on. So She is reading book 2A currently, and then she'll go into 2B, and then finish this series up this year. What I'm not having her do is she's not like doing any of these comprehension questions or writing anything down. She's simply just reading them. If she has a question about the reading, if she reads this to herself and she doesn't understand or know how to answer to herself about something she read, she can come to me. But I'm not using this the way Abeka intends their reading program to go, like I said. So that's how we're going to utilize these. Okay, so let me go through the titles. So we got the Bible Reader, we have Quest for Adventure, Across the Meadow, Wonders of Imagination, Through the Skies, Growing Up in Early America. And this looks like a history reader, so that's great. Growing Up Around the World, so cultural reader. Growing Up Where Jesus Lived, about Jesus and times. So this is good. It's really good. All Kinds of Animals. And then My New Name, and this is a novel. Okay, so that's what she has for Abeka readers. Okay, sorry about that. So this stack of books here are books that my third grader is going to read independently. These are assigned readers, and they're also readers that she's gonna read for fun. There's some chapter books in here and things that she picked out. So most of them are integrated into our history or science or geography or a world culture that we're going to learn about. So I try to pick those based on what I knew we were going to learn in other subjects. I like to do that with her assigned readers. And then again, like I said, the ones that she picked out for fun are character series that she has either already read and wants to continue on with the series, or just some new books she was interested in reading for fun. So we'll start with this one. This is Haiku on Your Shoe. It's about a little boy from Japan. He goes into a new school. It also has to do with obviously some poetry, and they do origami as well. There's like an origami tutorial in it as well, so that's going to be fun. Lewis and Clark. We have Alexander Hamilton, Red, White, and Blue, The Statue of Liberty, Clara and the Book Wagon, The Big Balloon Race, Zoe and Sassafras. This is going to be a new series for her, so this is one of the science ones. This is Dragons and Marshmallows, and it's the first book. This is another book series that she's going to read. Andy's Pony Trouble. This is the Circle C Beginnings Book 1. This will be a fun book for her as well. This is the chapter book for the Little House series by Laura Ingalls Wilder. This is The Adventures of Laura and Jack. This is book 1. She will likely move into book 2 too. She's interested in reading books like this. So this will be fun for her. This is a nice chapter book. This is third grade detectives. She read books 1 and 2 last year. She liked them, but then when I gave her this one to read, she wasn't interested in it. What she told me was some of the conversations that the kids had, she didn't really like. She wasn't fond of some of the language. Not that it was bad language, but I think there was some like teasing or something. I don't know, that threw her off a little bit. She's a sensitive kid, and sometimes when she comes across things like that, when she reads, kind of turns her off from the book. But I'm going to ask her again, just make sure that she doesn't want to read it, and I'll just take it off the shelf if she doesn't. But this, I got that for her. This is the Sophie Mouse series. This is book number 10. She has read books 1 through 9. She read those last year, and she wants to continue on with the series. This is a really cute story, and everything's really sweet. There's some mystery and things, but overall the storyline is really sweet. Freddie and Linda. This is a Good and the Beautiful library book. Prairie School. Daniel's Duck. Some of these books we didn't get to that she had from last year. Keep the Lights Burning, Abby. Davy Crockett. The Trail of Tears, First Flight, The Wright Brothers, Martin Luther King Jr., John F. Kennedy, and that is it. Up next is math. For math, we are going to go with Abeka Arithmetic 3 this year. We are coming from Horizons, and I decided to switch things up for this year and go with Abeka. So we have the 6th edition work text, and these are just the work pages for the student. And then we also have this speed drills and tests. I also picked up the teacher's kit, which comes with answer keys and lesson plans. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly just show you what I got in that kit. It is not necessary, but it was something that I wanted and I felt was lacking in Horizons with the teacher's guide. And so I went ahead and just picked up the kit from Abeka. So I will show you that next. Okay, so these are the materials for the teacher's kit. Now, like I said, this is not something that you have to use in order to do Abeka with your child, but it's something that I wanted particularly for myself. My daughter's really good in math and she gets concepts really quickly, but as her teacher, I want something that teaches me to teach her in a way that I understand, or closer to the way that I was taught, so that it's just easier. So looking through some of the things that I found from other homeschooling parents online and on Facebook groups about the material, it just looked like something that would be helpful to me. So like I said, don't be overwhelmed. This is a lot of stuff and you don't need all this stuff, but we like the stuff. So let me just go through this for you really quickly in case it's something you're interested in. All right, so we have the quiz, tests, and speed drill. These are just the answers. This is the teacher's key. Now this is just the answers to those workbook pages that the student does. There's no lesson planning in here, just answers. So this is going to come in handy when you just want to correct something quickly, or your student has a quick has a question and you just need a reference something quickly. So that's that. It also came with this rapid calculation practice. Now these are just exactly what it says. It's rapid calculation practice. So for, depending on the lesson you're on, it's going to reference a lesson, and this will come up in the lesson plans, I believe. And this is just a way to get their brains thinking. Like 4 times 5 plus 2 is 22. At some point, I guess, as you practice these, they'll just do quick calculations, which I think is important. And my daughter likes anyway. So we got those. These are what I want. This is the curriculum lesson plans. So this just teaches you how to teach the lesson. So if you're working on something like, I don't know, fractions, they have some tips and tricks for fractions, or a way they want you to teach the student fraction. It has examples, it has procedures and preparation. So this is kind of what I want. So this is all of the lesson planning for that. It's just simple, black and white. It gives you the warm-up if you're doing a warm-up, anything that you need to review. I'm not going to do this verbatim. I'm not that type of an Abeka homeschooler where I do all the stuff. I like to have the things because I like to reference different materials, but I don't make my daughter do all of the reviews and all of the drills or anything like that. She gets concepts quickly, and what I have her do for math is I say, if it's something that we've reviewed so many times and she's done, I'm not going to make her do 10 problems of, whatever it may be, fractions. If she gets the concept and knows it, I'll just ask her, do one. If you get it right, you don't have to do the rest of them, because there's really no need to do that drill and kill method, in my opinion. But this is good stuff, so we have that. We also have the teaching charts. So this is good for her because I've been making her charts with Horizons, and it's just a pain. I don't like using a lot of color, and she's a visual kid too. So these are just charts for different things that she can reference. There's also some fun punch out activities here, like she's going to be making a calendar and there's things for games and all that. So I thought this would be fun for her to have. And then here is just some tables and facts charts, and these are just, you know, the multiplication tables and division facts. And these are the charts for that. All right, so we have this. So lastly, it also came with this big box of concept cards, and these are just what it says here. Here's the things that it covers, if you can see, like place values, weight measures, fractions, temperatures, and they're all color coded, and it's just basically facts she can do on her own to memorize some concepts and information. Last thing I got her that's not a Becca related is this graph paper notebook for math, and here she can just do her work. I think this was a couple of bucks on Amazon. It had a cute little cover, so she can do her problems, work them out on this. So that's it for math. Okay, up next is language arts. For language arts, she is going to be using Language Lessons for Living Education 3. And this comes with, or I guess you purchased this separately, but it's integrated into the language lessons. This 101 favorite stories from the Bible. She'll be using that for language arts. And then I also added in Soaring with Spelling and Vocabulary, which is something we already had but did not use last year. So I decided to add this in. This has vocabulary as well as spelling. And looking through the spelling words in here, they're fine, but I thought I wanted to add some vocabulary in as well. And this is just easy for her to do independently, a lesson a day, and you know, a set of list words for the week with vocabulary definitions that she can do. I know this has like a dictionary component to it as well, but I just wanted to integrate this as well. You probably don't need it if you're just doing this. I'm sure it's fine. I'm just adding this in for her. Okay, so next up is typing. She's going to be trying the Good and the Beautiful Typing 1. Last year she did Keyboarding Without Tears, which is a computer program from Learning Without Tears. We really liked that, but she wanted to try something different this year. So I asked her if she wanted to give this a try, and she wants to. She likes to type in Word for fun anyway, so this will just be an added bonus for her. Okay, up next is handwriting. For handwriting, she's going to be trying out A Reason for Handwriting. This is their cursive program. So we're going to try this out. We have been using and love Handwriting Without Tears for printing. The cursive was okay. We just didn't like how some of the letters were formed. She didn't like writing them up and down, kind of really boxy, I guess. I don't even know how to describe it, but she looked at this and I looked at it as well, and this looks like a better fit for her as far as the formation of the letters in cursive, so we are going to try that for cursive this year. Next up is her independent geography, and she is going to work on these two workbooks this year. There's a Maps and Charts B and C. I don't know if she'll get through both of them. They're pretty short, so she may. This is just work that she's going to do independently, aside from what we're doing as a group in our U.S. geography course. Finally, the last thing that she is using for third grade that's kind of her independent stuff is Explode the Code. If you have been around for a while, you know that we love Explode the Code here. We do about 2 books a year, and so this year she will do books 5 and 6. This is just phonics mastery, guys. It's nothing earth-shattering or anything like that, but this is nice independent work that she can do. She can build up her reading fluency, writing, comprehension, all on her own, and it's just a nice motivator. It's a self-esteem booster, and we just like having these books around. She finishes 2 a year. It seems to be what we do. It's just 2. There's no rhyme or reason for it. We just happen to finish one, and then it's just the perfect amount of time to start the other one, and then she finishes by the end of the year. That's just how it's worked for us. And this Explode the Code Teacher's Guide is for me. Sometimes they have just some questions that you can ask, whatever. So I have that, and thank you for sticking around and watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.